Hello and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home. Come on and walk with me around the garden and see some of the changes that I've made. It has been such a wonderful experience just to work in the dirt, especially after the rains. In my urban city cottage garden, I call this my urban cottage garden here. English style, of course, with these hydrangeas and daisies and daylilies and sedum. And look at my daisies. Oh, they are so sweet. I love the interior of the daisy matches the interior of the daylily. I think what I'm going to do is just add some more daylilies here in the front to go with the daisies. Soon we're going to have the red of the beautiful beebalm. You can start to see that they're gaining some color there. Right here I have my grapevine, and I can already see clusters of grapes forming here on the grapevine. They're looking good. My other hibiscus, I think it's called Moonlight or something like that. It's a deeper red. It is definitely happy here. I have this plant here which I love, and so I want it to bloom, otherwise I would move it. This is beebalm, but it's about to flower, so I'm going to leave it there. And then this is going to just be a showstopper by late summer or middle of summer. And then, of course, my hydrangeas. That is bridal bouquet, looking so pretty. And I'm waiting patiently for the daylilies to open up here. which is going to be nice, giving this some summer color, bright orange summer color with the white and the pink. I have to say that this side of the garden is my favorite so far. I just really love this, and I love the fact that it's changing and evolving, and I'm able to bring about and plan and play with it, you know, and design it. I'm very, very happy with this garden. My hibiscus, perennial hibiscus, looks so happy here. And there is something eating its leaves. It's probably a snail snail. I've seen a couple of snails here in this area, and I have been checking on them too. But overall, it looks good. And then, of course, my hydrangea is looking good. I do love this corner of the upper garden here where the flowers are. My miniature rose is just providing so much color here. These roses are so pretty. And my endless summer, which was red at one time, but now it is more of a rich purpley, bluey purple color. So I guess my soil is very acidic or alkaline, I don't know. Blue, when the hydrangeas turn blue, I think it's acidic. I'm not sure, but I'll find out. But anyway, I still love this color, even though I thought it was going to be red. But it's beautiful. It almost looks patriotic. Red, white, and blue. So in this upper garden, I did a lot of garden maintenance before the rain on Friday. I came out here and it was hot, but it wasn't as hot as it was the days before. And it was good. I spent the morning just tidying up this area and adding new plants to it. One of the things that I added was these zinnias that were in the pot, and I just transplanted them here, and I'm providing them with this tomato cage because they're going to grow up and I don't want them flopping all over the place. I love the idea of the dead nettle being the ground cover and they having their special, spot here in the middle. And the plant behind it is phlox, which is going to be a beautiful purple phlox. So I'll get to see what these zinnias are going to be. They're giants. I got them from American Seed Pack, and they are giants, California giant zinnias. So we'll see what color comes up with that. But whatever it is, it's gonna still look very pretty. I cut back my rose bush, hoping that it will just shoot up some new fresh branches, which I know it will, and it will give me some fresh color here. And then I planted these bluebells. I had this in a different section of the garden, and I just think it will look pretty up here to have the bluebells here. So I just took some, dug a hole, and put it here just to test it out to see how it will look. And I think it's gonna look good next year here. Right now, I like how it is with this. It'd be more natural, of course, because it will be on its own strength. But in the meantime, it's good. Now, what I'm gonna do with these bulbs here, what I would love to do is to dig them up and move them throughout this garden bed. And these are ambassador, I believe these are ambassador or globemaster alliums, and I got them from Costco a couple of years back, and they have multiplied. Before it was like 6 in a bag, and now I have quite a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 of them. And I want to spread them throughout this bed. If you can see up there, you can see there's one, because I had moved one up there. And so what I would like to do is dot them here, like have one right here, have one here, and then of course I have that one there. So that's something that I'm gonna need to do. I trimmed back my spirea here. I think I'm going to trim the rest of it, but I trimmed it back so that the hydrangea can get some more sunlight and space to grow. I spent a lot of time yesterday deadheading the roses. And this is my Evelyn David Austin rose, which has really sprout up well this year. And this is its 2nd year in the garden, and it is looking so good. I want to just continue to give it space to grow. And I just love the flower. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful, beautiful bloom. And we could see that there are some more buds there. And then over here I have my oak leaf hydrangea, and the flowers are just getting so beautiful, and it's growing very, very well. It's been in the ground for about 3 years now, and it is definitely taking up this corner, exactly what I want it to do. I love this allium. Now this allium bulb has really enlarging, and it looks very, very big. And I guess because it has that space to grow, it's so beautiful here. And I know it's going to multiply. And look, this is going to just be a nice space. Now, I'm thinking that I need to trim this some more, the spirea. And I think that's what I'm going to have to do. I love how the little limelight hydrangea is now above it, and will definitely be seen in the garden. In doing garden maintenance, it is important to reassess and design your garden. And that's exactly what I did yesterday, because I knew that the rains were coming. And so I came in and I decided to transplant the pots and flowers that I had up on the deck and this location, because it had rained in the night before. The ground was ready to receive the plants, and then I knew it was going to rain again so that they will get the water from the rain and be well established. And it worked out because they are looking so healthy here. Right there is the cleome, and it is just doing very, very well. Just over the night, they look healthy and they're standing up. And then back here I have the 4 o'clocks. I have 2 patches of 4 o'clocks that I put in there, and then I planted in the zinnias, a patch there of zinnia and a patch here. And just in that one overnight, just being moved here and given more space, they look so much more healthier. I love it. So this is going to look really cute. We're going to have zinnias coming up, cleome, the 4 o'clocks, and then here I have celosia, and that is going to grow and fill in this space. Yeah, so that's one thing with gardening. You have to continue to update for each season, and that's what I've done here in this garden bed. And it also gives my beautiful rose that I have here a chance to get some air. In this section here, I have some more tomatoes right here, and they are forming. I think these aromas, they look happy. They're in the corner. And then the peppers, my kale has come up looking really good here. And I also have some of the I have kale, the dinosaur kale, and I also have collard greens. Yeah, the collard greens are looking good. And the corn here is looking good too. It seems like this section of the garden is very fruitful. The soil is very good because you can see the size of the different plants there. The corn is looking really healthy, and the collards and the other plants. And I think I don't know what it is. I don't know if because the water drains down this way, the way that the garden slopes down, that the water, it gets plenty of water and nutrients here right in this section. Now here is the bed, the square. Inside the square, the poppies are finished, and the onions are looking good. They don't look ready to pick. I need to go and dig out my garlic. I kept them too long in there, and so they've shriveled up, and I'm gonna have to dig up that area, that side over here. There's somewhere in the middle here, but it's so hard to do that because now the beautiful blue forget-me-nots are coming up, and they self-seeded from before. And I have my chamomile there that is growing as well. And I have these beautiful, check this poppy out, the poppy heads. I just want the poppy to self-seed, so I'm just trying to let them stay here as long as possible. And this here, this is Swiss chard that I had grown, but it went to seed really fast. You know, it flowered and it's going to seed really quickly. But what I'm going to do is save these seeds here and grow Swiss chard in the garden. Yeah. And then my blueberry bush has blueberries developing on it. So soon I will have a handful of blueberries that I can just come and snack on. I keep telling myself that I need to buy some more blueberry shrubs, and I don't know, so for some reason it hasn't happened yet, but maybe this year. I seeded out some lupin. I started them out as small plants, and then I upparted them to this level, and I'm hoping that they will just get really thick and big, enough for me to then put the lupin in the ground in different parts of the garden, so that next year I will have lupin flowers. Lupin is a perennial, so it's going to take a little bit more work with that, but I am so excited because I love the lupin flowers, and in the spring, early summer, it will bloom and look pretty. Inside, as you walk in, you turn, you can see that the Stella d'Oro daylily is just having a great time here in this patch and adding such vibrant color. I'm just happy to have it with the other daylily that's up there. Which I call my ditch lily. And both of them are just giving great color in this side of the garden when there's mostly green here. So, you know, I'm a flowers person. I do love flowers and amongst my vegetables. In this side here, I planted some zinnias. Yeah, and they are coming up, which is really good. It'd be nice to have some color here. I also have mint and the kale, and we're gonna have some yellow flowers soon here blooming. I think they are just about to form some flower heads, hopefully. Yep, I think so. So that's going to be really pretty. But I do love it here. The tomato, I have the sweet 100s, and that is forming up right there. So soon I will have some ripe tomatoes to eat. How exciting is that? So the sweet pumpkins are here. I put them right here so that they'll have this space here to travel. And then on this side, I put them with the corn. But this time I'm gonna monitor them so that they don't just take over the corn section, but that they'll have plenty of space and place to travel as well here. But I just wanna keep them close by. And this is my string beans here. The string beans are growing up. This is the first batch here, and they look like they're about to flower. And this is the second batch. So I'll have 2 batches of string beans. I do like how my vegetable kitchen garden is shaping up. It looks really, really good. With now the okra being in its place, along with the dinosaur kale. I'm gonna have that hedge of okra coming across, and then having the fresh leaves of the sweet pumpkin and pumpkins developing there with plenty of space to roam. Then I love to see how the eggplants are growing up tall, and the corn, they're looking really good. The peppers are developing. You can see that the peppers are growing and they're flowering. And also my marigolds that I seeded there. Those seeds of the marigolds are from seeds that I saved last year. I didn't have to buy seeds, which is really, really good. I'm really into seed saving now because I find that it works. And since these are the plants that do well in my garden, that saving the seeds will make it easier for me to have fresh produce for the years to come, but also that I know that they will thrive in my garden. I am just so happy to be able to get things in the ground now, and right after this rain that we just had, everything is looking very, very happy. So looking at the tomatoes here, the tomatoes are all either flowering or they have little tomatoes there on them, which is fantastic. And I did plant one of the pumpkins here, of the sweet pumpkins. It's a small one, so it'll take a while to develop. But I figured that it could run up and down underneath the tomatoes, and it would also provide some protection from weeds and things. You know, give it some help with the moisture. You know, almost like a mulch. That's what I'm thinking with this. I finally planted in my porcelain pumpkins right here in this location, and they are growing in. I think that they are happy here. I actually put in a seed right here. I had seeded some, and one of them has sprouted, which is great. I love when it's come through direct, you know, when you directly sow it in the ground. I think they just tend to be much more stronger. And so I'm looking forward to seeing the porcelain pumpkin running around in this area, the leaves, and just adding some beauty, but also giving me some beautiful pumpkins. I want to show you how my calla lilies are doing well. Remember the calla lilies that I had packed away and saved during the 2022 season, after the 22 season? Well, they were tucked away in a box, and I decided to pack them away and save the bulbs. Well, I forgot to plant them out in 2023 and found them and discovered them this year. And the bulbs are still viable. Isn't that fantastic? Look, the leaves are coming up, and I found this location for them. I can't wait to see what colors I have, and they are looking so good and healthy. And that's a really great thing. To have that here in the garden. I think it's going to look so pretty with the rabbit and the sun patience. I want to show you too my hydrangea here. This is a lace cap hydrangea, which is different from the mop head, and it's amazing that this lace cap hydrangea actually came about, because usually it's very sensitive, but this year has been just a wonderful year for hydrangeas. I love the lace cap, and it's inspiring me to want to go and get me myself some more, a more updated one. I know that Proven Winners has some really great lace cap hydrangeas. And I think that they might be a little bit more tolerant of the weather. If I could get one that is tolerant of cold weather and will continue to bloom and not lose its bloom, I would love it. But in the meantime, I am so grateful to have this one show up. I did plant some squash plants, or either it's butternut squash or pumpkin, one or the other. But yes, we're going to have some pumpkin here trailing around. I think it is the butternut squash that I planted there. Yeah. So we'll have a couple of them growing in this bed. And I added some more 4 o'clocks to go with the flowers there. Let me see, what do they call? I can't remember the name of them right now at the top of my head, but yeah. And they're all growing. The purple perella is getting larger, and that will be like a little shrub as well to help support some of these other plants. Yeah, so this is a garden in progress, this area, but I do like how it's looking. We'll be coloring up here real soon with the beebalm and the daisies, the daylilies. And of course the sunflowers. Good morning, and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home. To show you here the beginning of the morning here, the Saturday morning, what my garden looks like after the rain. It rained and rained last night after heated temperatures in the 90s here in the New England area, which we are not used to. But it did rain on the Friday, which was fabulous, and it rained throughout the night as well. And so I love after the rains that the garden is just so fresh, alive, and looking well, and things are holding up very well. Even though my hydrangeas are a little floppy, that's okay, because they will stand up as soon as the temperatures warm up and they dry out. But yeah, right now it is the hydrangea season. My mop-head hydrangeas are doing fantastic. And the Nico blue hydrangea, look at that. It's now in its deep color. Just looking so beautiful here in the garden. And every time I look out and watch it through my kitchen window, I am just so impressed at the beauty of the hydrangeas.